Travis Wayne Goodsell. Just to watch the segment about new rules from Bill Maher's real time from last night. Stand by your brand. And apparently there are no more women in Playboy. I didn't even know they were still doing the magazines. But but he makes a point about how whacked things are getting from psychologists, as I've been warning you. But to focus on the church, because that's what my channel does. Nobody wants to hear my politics. You can trash the church all you want, Travis, but stay away from Trump and Putin. Yeah. He talks about that too. The church is not staying on their brand. They're purposely causing confusion. Because what is Joseph Smith's brand for Mormonism? And I keep going over that with you all these years. It's in the Book of Mormon, 1 Nephi, chapter 1, verse 2. Oh, gee, right at the beginning of the book, to help us understand how we're supposed to interpret the rest of the book. The keystone of Mormonism. Yea, I make a record in the language of my father, which consists of the learning of the Jews and the language of the Egyptians. So, Christian Jesus, huh? That's the learning of the Jews. You have Nelson getting up, demanding that Jesus is angry when we say nicknames, and we need to use the name Jesus Christ, which is not the learning of the Jews. He's not staying on brand. And I keep telling you, as Mormons, telling the prophets, if you're going to be something, be it, and rename it. And they have renamed it, but they're still clinging to the old brand of Joseph Smith, saying that Joseph Smith is our founder, and Joseph Smith is the learning of the Christians for our Messiah. That's a blatant, outright lie. It says so in the Book of Mormon. And so a popular video that I did for last year's April 2021 General Conference, the prophets are going to do away with the Book of Mormon. Was based on that whole concept. That they're off-brand. That if they're going to keep pushing this narrative of being Christian, they've got to dump Joseph Smith. They've got to dump the Book of Mormon. They've got to dump the whole Doctrine and Covenants and Pearl of Great Price. No scriptures left but the New Testament. Can't have the Old Testament because that actually is the learning of the Jews. And so you got to isolate the New Testament and take out all of the thus what saith the prophet. So the Bible needs a New Testament needs a whole revision to maintain Jesus. And it's even worse because there are certain signs used by the church in architecture on the keystone of the Salt Lake Temple that the Book of Mormon explains what brand that comes from. And not a single Mormon will come out and confess that brand. They all act like it and behave like it, even though they claim to be Christian with their lips. But they act as a completely different brand than both Joseph Smith and the Jesus Christians of Mormonism, which we can't say Mormonism because Jesus is angry. I see the confusion. I see the brand problem. The question is, why don't Mormons see it? Why are Mormons lying and deceiving knowingly? Knowing there are problems. Now, if you're an innocent Mormon, yeah, you're confused and it's too complicated and you don't want to find out the truth. So you just trust the prophets. But therein lies the danger, because they are blatantly lying to us, saying that we are one brand, but demanding that we call it a different brand, and then their actual brand is something they keep a sacred secret, as in Helaman chapter 6, sacred secret, where whistleblowers like me, who expose the actual brand, are treated like verse 24. There are some major brand issues in the church, and ex-Mormons are not helping. See, how was the Book of Mormon written? Was it by the gift and power of God with a rock and a hat? Or Sidney Rigdon? Can't be both. So even ex-Mormons are screwed up on this, and they're making the church credible in their lies and cover-ups when you help perpetuate their lies and their cover-ups. Because the church just claims, yeah, well, so what if it's a rock and a hat? We told you it was the gift and power of God. But it wasn't Joseph who wrote it. It wasn't him receiving divine revelation or making it up from Captain Kidd stories. Joseph Smith had nothing to do with the composition. Sidney Rigdon did. But how? That's where research comes in. It's assembling all the evidence, all the facts, and putting the pieces of the puzzle together to see what it is. And nobody, not Mormons, not ex-Mormons, are even interested in learning what the true brand of Mormonism is. And here I am, frustrated. Because Playboy no longer has women, apparently.